This one we know is my personal favorite. Any granny square is my favorite. Now in this book of Jan Eaton, this is square number 18, and remember they call it traditional granny, and I did it the way that she suggested, which is using 6 colors, and obviously we've got 6 colors, so, and I arranged the colors in the way that they also suggest. So it's one color A, B, C, D, E, and then the last 2 rows is the same color, which is F. Obviously in this one I repeated that and that, but the idea is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors that's different, and round 6 and 7 is the same. So this is what I chose, and then I did this one, your tiger lime, lime drop, and white lime drop, tiger lime, obviously white again. So I mean, I mixed it up at the last row 7, and round 7 and round 6 was always the same. You can see here they end with 2. Like that. Love it, love it, love it. This one's lovely, hey? That's the royal blue. And this is your turquoise. Okay, so now we are going to make one the way that they say in this book, because remember the benefit of this book is that if I use their amount of stitches, it will line up perfectly with any block once it gets to sewing it together or crocheting it together, which is my personal favorite. There we go. So now we are going to make one like this. Okay, let's do this, and we are going to start with lime drop, and it says, this is now yarn A, chain 6 and join with a slip stitch to form a ring. So slip knot, which doesn't count as anything, chain 6, one, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, join to form a ring with a slip stitch to form a ring, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, because my chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so that will go through as a cluster of 3 double crochet. Now I'm used to putting 2 chains in the corner, but they say 3 chains in the corner. So now I had to pull out a few times, obviously, because I'm so in autopilot when it comes to granny squares that I just did my own thing, and whoops, no, 1, 2, 3 chains in the same ring, another 3 double crochets, there we go, and 3 chains 1, 2, 3, and just keeping that straggler, working it in. 1, 2, 3 double crochet and 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. I was saying it more to remind myself. What's happening here? No fighting here. Stay away. It's the yarn's time to shine. And 3 double crochets into the ring. 1, 2, and 3. 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Join with a slip stitch to the top. Now you know my process of elimination. If that's the top of that double crochet, that's the top of that double crochet, then that has to be the top of the chain 3. I just don't like trying to see where did it start and climbing the ladder. No, just come from the top. Now snip that off because we have to change color. Now we've done this lime drop. Now we're going to use the tiger lime. Let me just get rid of this little thingy because I have worked it in. It's going to be in the way. Okay. Pick any other corner. Use some. Come. If you don't mind. No, not yarn vomit. Really? Wait. One moment. Just about knock the camera out. I've got a little bit left from the previous ball that I used. There we go. Slip knot. Now this little dinky toy wants to run all over the show. Okay. Just choose any other corner. Join with a slip. And of course she says just chain 3. My apologies. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I did a single crochet and 2 chains, and that is going to count as my double crochet. Now 1, 2. So that's my 3 double crochet cluster. Now I must remember chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. There we go. This is more what I'm used to. I'm not really used to the 3 chains in the corner. But there we go. We have to make another corner. And we're going to 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3 double crochet. And chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochet. 1. Come on. I don't like it splitting. I rather do it over than split. There's my 2nd, 3rd double crochet. And that's the end of that corner. To get out of that corner and get into the next corner, chain 1. And 1, 2, 3 double crochet, 3 chains, and 3 double crochet. Yes, I'm afraid I might just fall back into autopilot and accidentally let slip 2, chains instead of 3. There we go. To get to the next corner, chain 1 and 3 double crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochet, and chain 1 and join with a slip stitch to the top of that. So now if that's the top, then that must be the top. Join with a slip. Lovely, lovely. And snip. Lovely and tight. Pick another corner, and we're going to use royal blue. Okay, let's see what the camera does with this, because this is very dark. Come, come. It's your time to shine. Royal blue, make a bow. There we go. So, little slip knot. And pick a corner. Now the way I do it and is to make a single crochet, and then 1, 2 chains, and that's my double crochet. Now another 2 double crochet to form my 3 double crochet cluster, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, turn the corner, and I'm keeping the straggler so that I'm working it in as I go. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and that brings me to the 1 chain space between the 2 clusters. And if you're familiar with a granny square, that is just begging for 3 double crochets. So there you go, 3 double crochets in that 1 chain space, chain 1, that brings you to the corner where you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. There we go. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Wait. Don't be in too much of a rush. 1 chain brings us to that 1 chain space, begging for 3 double crochets to be placed there. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1 brings us to the corner where we have 3 double crochets. 1, come on, let us have some. 3. Where are we? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 chains and another 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. This is really dark on the camera, but chain 1, and in that 1 chain space we put a 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1 to get us to the corner, and nearly there. No, we don't want any knots of any kind. There you go. Second double crochet, third double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet, second one, third one, and 1 chain to bring us to the 1 chain space, and place 3 double crochets into that 1 chain space, and chain 1 and make a slip. 1, 2, that's the top. Slip stitch into the top of the 3 chain post, shall I call it, that forms or makes my double crochet. Snip. And the next color is white. Oh, we're making progress. Pick another corner. Where are you? White is hiding away. Time to shine. Give us some white. There we go. So, and a slip stitch. Slip knot, not slip stitch. Slip knot. There we go. Pick another corner where nothing's been happening. Come like this. And I do a single crochet and chain 1, chain 2. That's my double crochet. Come, focus. Now, same as we've been doing. 1, 2, and this is 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and 1, 2, 3 double crochets. I must tell you, 1 chain, and everywhere where there is a 1 chain space, we're going to put a 3 double crochet cluster. I've made my 1 chain, and into that 3 double crochets. Now I am trying to watch a movie or a series on Netflix and do these traditional grannies with the 3 chain corners that I'm not used to. Well, I can tell you, I missed it a few times, but fortunately I would be like on another corner and then realize, oops, that does not look like 2 or 3, or it doesn't look like 3 and it should be 3. Pull it out, do it again. Just shows you, you're going to autopilot and you're used to something. There we go. In the corner, we do what we've been doing all these rows. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, one, 2, 3, and now you know what to do, and I will meet you here at the bottom. And here we are 1 chain and a slip stitch into the top of the double crochet. Well, it's you and I know it's 3 chains that serves as a double crochet, and snip that off. And the next color will be Sax Blue, which is what I love, and it really shows well on the camera. Let's just put that one side. Please no knots. Slip knot. There you go. Pick any opposing corner. That one. And I'm going to make a single crochet. Chain 2, 1 and 2, and then that is my double crochet, and another double crochet, and a third double crochet, and 3 chains, and another 3 double crochets in the same corner. That is your corner then. 3 3 3, 1 chain to get you to the next 1 chain space where you will make 3 double crochets. 2 and 3, and 1 chain brings you to the next 1 chain space of the previous row where you make 3 double crochets as one little cluster. I mean, if you're making a blanket, this is mindless. You can sit and talk in a group of ladies. Lovely. Listen to what everybody's saying. You don't have to think about anything. I like it because it is really meditating. I can think of other things while I'm doing this. I don't have to concentrate. Which is why most of the squares in this blanket is granny squares. And it was just mixed up with those other ones a little bit, because my big love is the granny square. So how, granny squares, they have to be a majority. So we're in the corner again, and it's 3 double crochet, 3 chains, 3 double crochet, what we've been doing every row. No, please don't knot, no knots, just, there we go, peace and harmony. Okay, you see this, how lovely this looks. Now you know what to do. Meet you here. And here we go. I've done my last 3 double crochet, cluster of 3, 1 chain, and slip stitch into the top of that double crochet, which is actually, we know, 3 chains, and end off. Lovely. Next color is our tiger lime. Okay, this little baby yarn can go and sit on the pavilion while the match is going on here. Slip knot, and pick any opposing corner where this corner hasn't seen much action. So let's just go in there, and I'm making a single crochet, and chain 2, and that is my, it will serve as a double crochet, and another double crochet and a third double crochet, 3 chains and a 3 double crochet cluster again, this is lovely, 1 chain brings us to the next 1 chain space where we put a 3 double crochet cluster, 1 2 3 double crochets. Hey, this is like driving on a wet road, slippery, just drive slower. Okay, and 3 double crochet, 1 chain, always 1 chain between each cluster, and 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and I needed a total of 8. I must tell you, I needed a total of 8 of these. So if I could remember to chain 3 in the corner, I could just sit and watch a movie. But I think doing it the way that this book recommends, you know, once I've done 8, because I did a lot more than 8, I'm going to show you now. It's like being converted. You forget that you once used to do 2 chains in the corner, and suddenly 3 is the norm because you've had to do so many that had 3 chains in the corner. And it's 1 chain, 3 double crochet in the next 1 chain space. Do I even have to say it because we know where we're going? Now I need to make 2 rows of this tiger lime. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Okay. So I'm going to meet you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That is why granny squares rule. They are just, to me, the most beautiful. Okay. So continue around. I'll meet you there. There we go. Okay, so this one is a little bit different because now I'm connecting. I've chained 1 and I should slip stitch into the top of that 3 chain post, which acts as a double crochet. But now I'm going to keep this color because the last 2 rows is the same color. So what I do is I'm going to slip in the top of this double crochet. I'm going to slip in the back of that stitch, and in the top of the next double crochet, slip in the back of that stitch, and then just a single crochet and 1 2 chains, and then I just go on as we've been going, and it's a second double crochet and a third double crochet, 1 2 3 chains, and 1 2 3 1 chain. This is beautiful, but there's a lot of ends to work in, which I don't really mind. And as we've been doing this entire block, in every 1 chain space we put 3 double crochets, chain 1, in the next one chain space, focus, we do 3 double crochets. This is our last row, round. I keep on saying row, so just forgive me if I say row. You know I mean round, because we've only had rounds, because we're going round and round. There we're going 1, 2, 3 double crochet, 1 chain and 3 double crochet in the next 1 chain space and 1 chain, 3 double crochet in the next 1 chain space. I mean, we can do this with our eyes closed. No, you don't have to close it. Watch a movie. 1, 2, 3, and just remember that it's 3 chains. Turn the corner and 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. So just carry on like this. What a beautiful thing you are. Carry on, and I'll meet you here. See. Okay. And I'm on my last 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and top of that post, slip stitch and cut and end off. Lovely, lovely. Lots of ends to work in. Doesn't matter. This is beautiful. This is worth it. So I'm going to work in all these ends. We need a total of 8. So that was it. Just quickly have a look here. This is the 8. You know, you can mix and match this the way you want to. We've already been through this. And we're just now going to, and all of them end with 2 rows. This is now the traditional granny. Now I'm going to use more of this block, but in a different color scheme. So that's why I'm showing you this separately, because all of these 8 blocks end with 2 rows the same, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, every one a different color, then the last 2 the same. 7 row traditional granny square. Okay, so let me work in those ends, and then I see you in 7 blocks after you've done 8 of these. Okay. Okay, a lot of reason for joy, because what I need now is 4 of these. Now this is also the traditional granny square with the 3 chains in the corner, exactly like I did the others. And I am, just let me move this camera. Can you see this tower of blocks forming to the right? Beautiful. So remember this one? It's exactly this pattern that I'm following, except the coloring is different. I have decided to do 4 rows. The 4 center rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the same color. Then I do 1 row in a contrast, and the next 2 rows the same as the inner one. And I only need 4 of these. Okay, because that's what my blanket calls for. I need something I wanted to do more granny, because granny has to be the majority, granny squares. But I wanted the color to just tone it down a bit. So I didn't want a solid block, just one color. So I just added a little line in there. Okay, so now this one you know already, because we had to make 8 of this. And it's had a lot of ends to work in, and I've done that. But what we're going to do now is 4 of these. Now, I've actually made, this is the turquoise. I hope you can see that. I think the further from the light I go, you can see it's turquoise with a lovely white stripe. Yes. And I made 2 of those. Of that one. And then you go ahead and you make your 4. I love this. Turquoise with white. Okay. And then I see you for the last block. And now just guess what kind of block that is. Yep, you guessed it. Of course the next square would be a granny square, because it's my favorite. You see? Now just think. We've used this book and we've used different ones, but look what we could do with the granny square. We've had this variation and this and this. And this is all just grannies. So see, my argument is you don't have to go far to look for a pattern. You just take a granny. And I'm building a tower. It looks like I'm building a tower here with all these blocks forming. So look what we've done with this. This is the granny square, and it's also the traditional granny square. Also 7 rows, but a little flower in the center. It looks like a little flower. If it was pink, it would look like a little flower. 3 rows in one color, and then the last 3 rows again in the first color. So let's pull back the pages. Yay! This is turquoise and lime drop. Lovely. It looks like something else, but this is definitely turquoise. Maybe if I hold it further from the camera, you can see turquoise and lime drop. Royal blue and white. Lovely. And then our sax blue and white. That's our blue with the gray undertone, they say. Lovely. Royal blue and lime drop. Love it. Love it, love it. Tiger, lime and white. Turquoise and lime drop. I had to think about that one for a moment. Tiger, lime drop, lime, and white. And let me just hold it against another one so you can see that better. White with royal blue. Okay, so the one I'm going to duplicate, because I need another one. We need a total of 9. 9. Okay, I need 9 of these. So that has this coloring. And I'm going to duplicate this one. We are officially, I think, a stitch away from the end of this blanket. So 1 chain and a slip stitch in the top of the 3 chain that forms a double crochet and snip. And this is the very last square. I must just work in these ends. Then I must lay them all out on my bed in an order that I've already got. Just, do you see this pile of granny squares? Is that lovely or what? Is it lovely or what? Just look at that. I've just slightly tilted them so that I can see. This is this one, that's that one. And what is that? I must now work in the ends of this one. And remember, we needed 9 of those. 9. Let me just remind you. Color schemes I chose. This is your tiger and white. Lime drop and royal blue. Sax blue and white. Royal blue and white. And that's the other one that I had, which is I just duplicated turquoise and lime. And sax blue and white. But on the camera, now how can you see a difference? Can one see a difference? You can't see a difference on the camera. In color. Well, I can't. I cannot. But this is turquoise. And this is sax blue. Anyway. Okay, so now it's time to go and lay it out. Finish working in these ends. Lay it out on the bed. And I haven't finally decided how I'm going to, which I know I'm going to crochet together. But which of the 2 stitches? There's a new stitch that I haven't tried yet that I saw on Pinterest, and I'd like to try it with this blanket. But obviously I can't go on camera and try it. I need to succeed. So I just need to do a little bit of practice with that one. And then we need to decide on a lovely wide border. Not white border, a wide border. This blanket needs a lovely wide border. I think it will complement it. Okay, so I'm going to work in this. And then I will see you. I will put this out on the bed in the way, in the order it should be. Take a picture, post a picture after this clip, and then we need to get sewing it together. Okay, see you there, putting it together. I just want to share this trick with you. You see, I don't have much workspace, so I have laid out these blocks on my bed on a receiving blanket, right? They're loose. None of them are tied to the other by whatever means. That row has been crocheted together. So now, say it's time to go to bed, or for some reason I have to move my project. So I want to share this little nifty trick. It's laid out, I did say it's laid out on a receiving blanket. Now I put another receiving blanket on top and I start rolling it. Just rolling it. Like a little sausage, I roll it. There it is, done. Now tomorrow I want to continue with this project. So I lay it out, unroll it. And I find nothing has moved. So I can just take this off. Everything is in place. Fantastic. I love that. Hope you can use that little trick. Let's continue.